checking in just after midnight. Once again, alright, the progression of what the diary is going to become is hopefully going to be, and I'm trying to discipline myself and trying to actually, I want this to be a daily thing. I'm just going to talk because that's what this is mapping. So conceptually, but it's new discipline, new thing. I'm trying to regard the camera as the person I'm trying to talk to as the audience, much like I'm doing on stage. So yeah, in the last week, last Wednesday, I was Albuquerque Citywide Poetry Slam. I was competing to represent iWhips, and that was a really amazing show and a lot of fun. But like the week before that, I was having a hard time with like my mental tether to reality. I mean, as an insane person, this whole diary is about me being fucking crazy. It's gonna be random thoughts and poems and all kinds of fucking shit. But yeah, this is okay. So I had over the 2 weeks I had this thing. I didn't realize my crazy was trying to get me fired. I had a thing that happened. I was trying to adapt to the new environment. Apparently I've been carrying this unregistered and unidentified anger towards work, and until it came to this head where I got written up just for trying to adapt and not piss the people off through no fault of theirs. They're just misperceiving me trying to manage my fucking batshit. So yeah, that it made me realize that okay, I've talked about the crazy. I've talked about how this is not my friend, it's my enemy. This thing has been playing the long con and trying to get me to spew something to these coworkers that I literally have nothing personal against whatsoever on any spectrum. They're fucking great. The only thing I hated about my job was where I was living. And it really had nothing to do with the job, but I'm understanding now the fucking batshit crazy evil part of me was projecting all of that into the job because that's the 9 to 5. That's the thing I don't like doing but have to. When I just want to be doing comedy or doing poetry or talking, doing this, which is what I'm doing now. So yeah, I want to make this a daily thing because I still want to. I gotta latch on to the stuff I like doing, which is talking about this fucking goddamn fight I have with my brain every day. And it's gonna go all over the place. That's why this is called the Psychotic Diary. But yeah, I hadn't realized how long. I mean, oh God. The price of insanity without meds is eternal vigilance, because you can never trust the first thing your brain tells you. Always a lie. Or at least in my experience, for my brain it has been. Your experience may vary, as does your brain. But yeah, we're getting to the citywide championship to represent iWhips, and I really kind of wanted to represent iWhips, but there's a whole lot of background drama that happened with Poetry Slam over the last 2 months that I'm not even getting into here. And that night, I hadn't been able to hold a coherent thought for more than 15 seconds for 2 weeks. I had been just all over the map. I'd done no prep work. I had done nothing. I fully expected when I walked from work that day to that Wednesday night to where the slam was that I was going to fucking fail. But, hey, it's a mic. It's the thing I love doing anyway. I'm not doing this out of fucking, bragging rights anyway. I'm doing this because for 20 years I love the sport of Poetry Slam. I just like being part of the show. My victory is getting through all 3 rounds. So, I don't know. Anyway. And I apparently I had a really good night. I mean, I have to attribute it to muscle memory, or at least like mental neural memory, because I've got 23 years doing poetry slam. As soon as I hear the opening spiel and the rules and all of that, like everything else kicks in. And like it was in I Whip Slam, so it was like a 4-minute poem and a 1-minute poem. So I did that first round and made it the second round, and then there was a 2-minute poem and a 3-minute poem. And the 2-minute poem was this recent thing. It was like the situation I was trying to improv on happened the night before. So I did 3 minutes trying to turn that into something, to turn that into a 2-minute poem, because I thought it just had scraps. I had way more than that. And yeah, 5 points. Yeah, there were some of my friends were there like, you would have won if it wasn't for the time penalties. And that's been the history of me and slam forever. And I remember it always being disappointing when I wanted to like win and be the rep. But in my head, everybody else there, man, they did their back work. They had been, practicing and practicing and practicing. They want to represent Albuquerque. And I don't know, skill at the sport and muscle memory does not equate that I would represent Albuquerque as well as somebody that fucking really, really fucking put their fucking heart in and practiced for that night. I didn't feel right in it. And I'm glad I went over time with that ramble, because right now I've done that the base for that has become one of my new favorite bits. I've now done it. I've done it twice since then in the last 2 nights of open mics, and it's not where I want it yet, but I got some. It's fun, and that's this is the only thing I love doing because it's fucking fun, and I find it more fun than just about anything else. So yeah, this is the new diary. If you want to go geek reference, I'm gonna try to do a like Starship Captain's Log. Maybe everybody wants it. I'm gonna try to at least do once a day, as I try to get this discipline to talk to you, these fucking whoever the fuck it is that subscribes to this. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If I'm talking to 3 people, I'm talking to 3 people. If I'm talking to just the empty internet right now, and maybe like after I'm already dead, someone watches this beginning to end and finds it entertaining, cool. I'm just mapping out the crazy and the way it goes. And more of this will follow. I'm going to try to do at least once a day. I actually want to be able to do the point where I spend so much time in this room, either writing or just fucking around. The random thoughts that I do, why not spout them off into a camera? That's the diary, isn't it? It's all aspects of the crazy. That's what I got. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's this channel. I don't intend on trying to monetize it, and I don't ever want comments. If I've engaged them before, I think we're going to disengage it. This is a diary. These are diary entries. This isn't something up for debate. This is just an entry from my brain at this moment in time when I'm talking to you. A camera on my fucking computer in my room. The Psychotic Diary. That's what this is. This is kind of, if this is the rebirth, if you want to call it a rebirth, a reboot, whatever the insert pop culture reference that is the most clever and suits you right, and go on, because this is going to continue and it's going to expand as I get better equipment. It'll get better, because I'm mapping the crazy, and I'm trying to turn this camera into the same when I fucking hunger for conversation. So yeah, talking into nothing. Maybe it becomes something. I don't know. That's for y'all to decide. So yeah. Signing off for now. This will continue.